but won't be releasing such details to the public. This is according to the spokesman of the MPF, Benjamin Hundeyin, who spoke on a television interview with Seun Okinbaloye. On December 25, 2025, the U.S. launched strikes against terrorists in Sokoto. The Department of Defense says multiple ISIS terrorists were killed in the strikes conducted at the behest of the Nigerian government. Hundeyin said security agencies engaged a lot in intelligence gathering, not just intelligence sharing. Let's take a listen as we kick off the show.
A lot as to the coordination in terms of intelligence gathering and the actual activities on the field as we see. And there are those who are asking, the post-American strike in Sokoto,
Yes, we'll talk about.
but what about the situation in Offa in Kwara State? Because there are those on the same evening that happened, there are those who were saying in Offa, and there are people who were injured who said some of the element of the ammunition that were deployed in Sokoto got into, people are wondering how that happened.
Yes.
So what is the police?
Yes. We got reports of that, and we immediately deployed our men there, especially our explosive ordnance disposal units. Our EOD guys were deployed there to ensure that people remain safe, people don't toy with these things, and render the area safe. So as far as that is concerned, yes, we're on ground to ensure that there was absolute safety for people. But other things about it, where it came from, how it came, and everything, would rather not comment on that.
Okay. But what is happening in that area? Because one, we imagine that, we understand that immediately caused the Lakurawa group, some of them, to flee that area. What are the reports that the Nigerian police can tell us about that region?
Yes, the region of Kwara, yes.
I'm talking about Sokoto.
About Sokoto.
The Lakurawa, who have some level of dominance in attacking areas in that state.
Well, like I said earlier in the first part of this interview, that what we did in Kwara and Kogi will be sustained, and we will take the battle to every identified enclave of these bandits. I deviated from being specific about where next or the timeline I was going to be, so that to protect the sanctity of these operations that we're about to embark on. So let me just say that yes, there might have been dislodgements, movements of some of these terrorists. But without saying much, yes, our eyes are on them. We are still gathering intelligence. We are still sharing intelligence. And very soon, I hope to be back here again to talk about our latest strike and successes in combating these people.
Now, that was Benjamin Hundeyin, the Nigerian Police Force spokesperson, speaking with Seun Okinbaloye of Channel Television about the strike that happened on December 25, 2025. That is what we're going to be talking about today, or that will be the launch part of the insecurity, launching part rather of the insecurity stories that we'll be talking about today. My name is Solomon of FEM. Now, if you remember, on December 25, 2025, the U.S. launched strikes against terrorists in Sokoto. The Department of Defense said multiple ISIS terrorists were killed in the strikes conducted at the behest of the Nigerian government. Now, the U.S. President Donald Trump had announced the strike on its Truth Social platform, where he wrote that, quote, the Department of War executed numerous perfect strikes as only the United States is capable of doing. Under my leadership, our country would not allow radical Islamic terrorists to prosper. God bless our military, and Merry Christmas to all, including the dead terrorists, of which there will be many more if their slaughter of Christians continued. That end of quote. Now, the strike came in the wake of Trump's comments and threat over the killing of Christians in Nigeria, which led him to declare the West African nation, that's Nigeria, a country of particular concern. The Republican president said Christians in Nigeria face an existential threat that amounted to genocide, but the federal government rejected the claims. And of course, reactions have trailed this strike, with Nigerians asking questions about accountability, which that is the questions that we are yet to get. And, when this is coming from the spokesperson of the Nigerian police, saying point blank that we will not disclose details of that US strike. Now, joining me to help analyze this is Dele Fanimo. He's our in-house analyst. He's a current affairs, a public affairs analyst, of course, with years and years of experience as a journalist. Mr. Fanimo, thank you very much for joining us on Matters today.
A beautiful afternoon and good afternoon, Nigeria.
Now, first, let's hear your overview of that comment by the spokesperson of the Nigerian Police Force, Benjamin Hundeyin. Let's hear your overview of his comments.
You see,
point blank, we will not disclose details of this strike in Nigeria.
As a matter of fact, for the first time, I was seeing a truly professional spokesperson talking about how insecurity is being tackled. You see, the strongest element of war is surprise.
Okay.
Once you remove surprise from prosecution of any war or any attack or counter-attack, the aim is already defeated. Because your adversary will not sit by and allow you to take the initiative. He would also want to walk around whatever you are coming with. It's just like you want to attack somebody and you told that person that you are coming with AK-47 rifles. It is natural for that person to find a means of getting at least general purpose submachine gun to attack you, because a general purpose attacks against non-state actors that are assailing the country.
Terrorist insurgencies.
Yeah. I just wanted to group them together because for me, I don't see the difference between what they call bandit now. It's just their fancy.
Just the
they are terrorists. They are all terrorists. Because the terrorists instill fear to get something. The bandit only comes around to steal and vanish. But these ones that they are calling bandits, they have a base, they have a structure, so they cannot be the bandits.
Now, here's the controversy with this statement, though. Nigerians are not asking to release details of a strike to come. Nigerians are asking to release details of a strike that has already been done. Talking about accountability.
Now, there is nothing.
Don't
go far.
Where did they strike?
Now, don't go far. You see, security is not something that you just throw to the open and you subject to debate. Now, what do you want to do with the number of people that ended up becoming casualties?
We're in a democracy, accountability here.
We're
not in military
defense. Look, let me tell you, up to today, the bastion of democracy that we sometimes differ to is America. Did they ever disclose to you where they buried Osama bin Laden? Is there any pictorial or video clip of the burial site of Osama bin Laden?
But they did give us some details.
They only told you that it's buried in the sea. Can you bury a man in the sea under the seabed?
They also told us about the persons killed, the possible number of casualties.
You see, let me tell you.
These are some of the details we get.
Let me tell you. You see, peculiar situation requires peculiar approach. In this case, if American government had said they killed over 200, the likes of Sheikh Gumi will want to go to town that they decimated our people and they are civilians. The question is, was there a strike? Yes. Were people decimated? Yes. Now, how do you now begin to say they must identify the number? Probably from that point, when you identify the number and disclose the number, they will now say specifically which one are the civilians caught up in the web, and which ones are the real terrorists.
But we do, get those details sometimes.
It is wrong. For instance, you recall that when the federal government said that they were going to attack these terrorists with drones, the third day, they attacked Nigerians with drones. But if there was no mention of a drone, okay, since they announced the purchase and arrival to Kano jets, tell me when that jet has been used.
So in other words, you're taking exception to when it comes to insecurity. When it comes to security, there should be no accountability.
You see, what you call accountability is counterproductive in security. It's counterproductive.
So
what should have happened is when you come from an operation that is successful, you just announce that, and that they have been doing it, the Air Force had been doing that. They go, zero in on enclaves of these people, strike, and they even show pictures. That is after the deal has been done. But in this case, you are asking the police PRO to tell when they will strike and the modus of striking.
No, this is not about telling people when you
but
strike.
You heard him when he said he was not going to tell you. He's not going to tell you about how they are going to strike, when they are going to strike, and where they are going to strike.
Now, the question, the premise of that question was the strike that happened in December 25
in Sokoto State.
In Sokoto, what are the details of those strikes? I mean,
what details do you require? They have told you they strike, they struck at so place. They told you where, and they told you when, and they told you that casualties were recorded. What else do you want? So they should come and identify all those people that died and then give you a roll call of these bandits or terrorists.
How do we know if the strike was real? How do we know if they struck the right places or the wrong people?
The villagers showed you the site of this strike.
How do we know if the strike killed the intended people?
The burnt carcass of those that were caught in the web were shown. So you now want the military, for instance, the American Marines or the SEAL that participated in that strike, to come and show you the number, the details, the names, and location of these people. It's not going to happen.
Now, as someone that was a journalist, you know, there is a journalist rather, because I mean,
I'm still one, but I'm not a journalist. I'm a reporter.
Well, journalism is reporting is part of journalism.
No.
Reporting is part of journalism. At least that's.
I've maintained that balance. I only report.
Okay.
I don't practice journalism because they kidnap journalists, but they don't kidnap reporters.
Okay. Anyway.
Just by the way. Anyway,
that's a topic for another day. But you know what they say about information. If it doesn't come from the right source, it will come from the wrong source. And you know what happens with information that comes from the wrong source? There'll be lots of conspiracy theory. There'll be lots of misinformation and malinformation. That is what we're talking about here. If the people that are supposed to give the right information refuse to give this information, it will open room for conspiracy theories. And there have been lots of conspiracy theory and misinformation since that strike happened. We've heard stories of villages that had nothing to do with banditry that has been razed. We've heard of people that had nothing to do with insecurity that have been killed. We've heard stories that the strike bombed the wrong villages
not in this particular instance.
That's the story that we've been hearing over the place.
You see, let me tell you. The insurgents, the terrorists, also have their own propaganda machinery. So it is not everything that you see thrown up in the public domain that you have to believe.
But to counter those propaganda
narrative,
narrative,
let me tell you this. There's no way you can counter that propaganda, because the purveyor of this propaganda, they are not static. They are not identifiable. Now, let me tell you, I grew up in the barracks. And apart from growing up in the barracks, I have covered the police, the defense, and I have friends in the top echelon of the military and paramilitary, and of course the police. Now, let me tell you, let's bring it down to the basics. Do you know that on intelligence, a DPO of a station can draft his men to the main road to cause traffic?
Which we see in Lagos
Yes.
all the time.
And what you say is, why are these people here? What is their problem? Why are they causing traffic? But it could be a product of intelligence that armed robbers just attack at so point, and they're likely to pass through this route, so that we use that traffic to track them. But the policeman will not come and tell you that we are waiting for some armed robbers. Because that policeman would be a scaremonger.
Definitely.
And he would have defeated the purpose of mounting that roadblock or checkpoint at that point, at that instance.
Definitely.
But
what about after the operation have been successful and the
as a
police
matter of
decide to
as,
give
as a matter of
information
fact,
of how
it's
they
still
caught
at the
those people?
discretion. It's still at the discretion of the DPO to announce to the world that this is why we caused traffic or not. And it is only expedient when certain things go wrong and the public need to know. Not that you just out of your way go out and tell. For instance, the day I heard that NSA was saying that some of the hardware, weapons in the hands of terrorists were actually our own armed forces weapon. How did we get there? How? And for a national security advisor, who is also supposed to be like the director of CIA, you hardly hear the director of CIA talking. Show me when last you heard the director of CIA with all the turbulence in the US. He will not talk. His own is just to go underground and do his job. But here, before we strike, there's always a press conference. And you think that man that is waiting, that will just fold his arms and wait for you to come and strike him. He will define method of making sure that he deals with you. So the question is, I'll give you an example. When I was chairman of my community development association in my hood, anytime anybody raises question about security, I will tell him to sit down. And if he insists that he wants to talk, I will take my leave. Do you know why? That person sitting next to me could be the mastermind of what the man has come to report. He wants to listen to me. He wants to know my position. So the next night, when he comes, or send his boys, they will relay what I said at that meeting. So security is not something that you throw open in the public domain. That's at the level of CDA. So when people ask questions, because you are in democracy, so the soldier man will tell you why he's standing at a certain point at a certain time. No, it's not going to happen. That's why I question the parade and the trial of soldiers in the open. It's not done. It's not done. Court martial is not supposed to be open from beginning to end to the public, because certain things could be said that could compromise the security of the state. Now, that's why when Dasuki was in detention, I tell some of my friends, I said, this man cannot be prosecuted in the open. Because you are looking at Dasuki as a person, but you are not looking at the office. A whole office of National Security Advisor being called to the open court to come and give testimony about his action and inactions in office, this country will blow.
Now, we're also talking at a time where there is, what's the word now? There is a strain in relationship between the government and the governed in Nigeria. We're also talking at a time where Nigerians don't exactly trust the government. We're also talking at a time where Nigerians don't believe when the government says we're fighting insecurity. We've charged these people to court. We've arrested 50, 60 terrorists. But then there is no pictorial or video evidence to back that up, and then the insecurity in the situation keep going on and on. We people are being killed, but people are being kidnapped, people are being, and then Nigerians are asking, how are you fighting insecurity? How are you tackling insurgency, where we keep hearing these people are being kidnapped, schools are being razed every day, and Nigerians are asking, we want to see evidence that these people have been, our journalists, and that is where there have been questions about the local journalism in this country, where it's like we seems to only get information when there's a press release from the government about this. 20 people have been arrested. And out of the 20 people that have been arrested, 5 people have been charged to court. How do we know that these 20 people, where are the 20 people that have been arrested? Well, and so don't you think this information and this pictorial and video evidence will actually ease Nigerians that, okay, this government is actually doing something to tackle this insecurity?
You see,
as somebody that's a reporter.
You see, I am not averse, honestly, to though it's against the law. People don't know.
What is against the law?
To parade a suspect is against the law. You're not supposed to parade a suspect, and the minimal protection that a suspect gets is what they are now doing, especially the police. They back the camera. Ideally, you shouldn't parade the suspect, because he is just a suspect. He has not been taken to court and he has not been convicted. And the law says he is presumed to be innocent until convicted by a law court. Okay. So that also limits the issue of parading a suspect.
Yes.
But if it's becoming compelling for people to believe,
especially at a time like this.
Yes, I don't mind, but they need to be circumspect. For instance, you are not supposed to parade a minor.
Yes.
You understand? Now, even a minor, if a minor is facing court trial, you're not supposed to cover it as a journalist.
Yes.
Now, you see, for me, it is not harmful for you to parade a suspect without showing clearly his face or showing any part of the body that could clearly isolate and identify him. But my quarrel is when you begin to tell the public through the media your intention to strike, your intention to go after certain suspects, your intention and your modus operandi of carrying out that operation. Operation is not something that should be discussed in public domain. It is after the operation, and it is also when it's absolutely necessary. For instance, you are not going to parade if you go after robbery suspects or a kidnapper and you exterminate like 10. It is not even pictorially, it's offensive to parade such dead bodies.
Now, so you don't think we are in a period now? We know, we understand some of those laws, we understand some of those rules, but you would agree that fighting insurgency, fighting insecurity, fighting insurgencies change after 9/11. Even the U.S. changed their approach to how insecurity is being fought, and since after 9/11. As I said, the U.S. changed their approach, and every other country have been following suit. Now, we are in a period of 9/11 in Nigeria, where insecurity have been ravaging for the past 15, 20 years, and it's only been getting worse since then. We've had a cool down period, and which has kicked off again the last couple of months. Don't you think we are in an exceptional time where some of these rules have to be jettisoned, if not for anything, not for the sake of panic? As I said before, this is not about revealing information about a strike to come, but we're talking about information about strike that have happened, if not for anything, to reduce panic and to restore faith in Nigeria about the government fighting insecurity.
You see, up until recently, I've been skeptical about the willingness of government to fight insecurity.
I mean, we've all had the skepticism. There have been rumors. There's been conspiracy theory, and so on and so forth.
But of late, I think with the America is averse to any act of terrorism anywhere in the world.
I mean, for years they've been the big brother of the world in fighting terrorism.
The reason
and all
is they are using attack as a form of defense. Because
True.
if you allow terrorism to thrive in a place like Nigeria, who says that such terrorists may not be emboldened at some point to assail American interests? So to that extent, they are intent. They were supporting Israel against Hamas and Hezbollah because they know that they have terrorist cells in those places. Now they are coming to Nigeria to say, let us support these people. Support Nigeria because these people might migrate in whatever form to come and deal with America and Americans' interests. So now, I have said it here that I am not particularly averse to information, guided information after operation. But any information that filters out before operation is anathema to the success of such operation. America simulated the particular building where Osama bin Laden was staying in Pakistan, close to the barracks. Even those in the barracks never knew Osama bin Laden was there. They simulated that house, invited the SEALs, and destroyed that house, and it was captured. They simulated it twice. Nobody, apart from 5 people in America, knew about it. The Secretary of State, the Joint Chief of Staff, the Vice President, the President, and one other person.
The CIA director.
The CIA director. Now, 5 of them. Do you know that even up to the point of striking Osama bin Laden and taking him out, they were in the situation room? You recall that at some point there was panic in that situation room when one of the helicopters developed faults, until the successful operation and the airlift of the body of Osama bin Laden that was specifically, in fact, they conducted the DNA right there.
To be sure he's the one.
To be sure he's the one. And they took him out. That was when an American government reported that Osama bin Laden has not been taken out. And they didn't show us the full import of that operation.
I think it was later released, though.
I said they didn't show us the full import of that.
Okay.
And they made sure that the aircraft and the helicopter used were not explicitly shown.
I mean, it was a clandestine
fine. So
job.
If America, with all its military might and all of this, can be very, very tactical and discreet in operations, who are we to say we must tell? For instance, look at what is, I watched the newspaper today. U.S. government is giving us equipment to fight insurgents. Why that? Why don't you just quietly bring this equipment in, and then when the results start coming in, then you announce.
You think
now
that, you think
those
that
people,
is,
those
that
people
is
in
wrong.
the military, those people that they call repentant Boko Haram, that have been brought to the military, they would definitely some of them will have access to this. And those top military officers that may have compromised our security for certain reasons, maybe religious beliefs, maybe from what they are making from it or whatever. Now, they will be curious to know the kind of equipment released and what is the effectiveness of this equipment, and then move that intel to the other side. And then you will now find out that it is either these people will take off, disperse before the equipment is used, and then the purpose of this equipment will be defeated. Now, just like you said, strategies evolve in this kind of operations. Do you know that what is happening now is those terrorists have now dispersed? They no longer stay. Today, we were told yesterday that they sighted Toji Bello in Sokoto. Meanwhile, his abode was always Samfara. What that tells you is tomorrow they may tell you that they sighted him in Borno, because they are no longer static, so that they will not come and get them.
They've become nomadic.
They are becoming nomadic. So now you know that the military had to go back to the drawing board and see how they can infiltrate their ranks so that they can decimate them before they do maximum damage to the country. So this is the danger of releasing vital security information to the general public. It's not proper. No matter how you coin the question, no matter how you move me, I am going to remain on this. No. That it is very, very wrong and counterproductive
but
for you to expose the modus operandi, the type of equipment, when to strike, where to strike, who to strike.
But the question now is, how do we know if that strike was achieved successfully? We just have to believe. For a country whose citizens don't even believe their government in the first place, we just have to believe, oh, the US struck Sokoto and the operation was successful. And you think Nigerians will just fold their hand and just believe it in an information age and and at a time where there's a huge mistrust between politicians, between governments and the country, and also at the time where allegations are flying around that the government is involved in this insecurity. That is what we're talking about here. Information to appease the people and to let them know that, oh, the government is actually doing something, instead of the information we keep hearing that the government is involved, politicians are involved in this insecurity.
But whatever information you dish out to the public, they will still be skeptical.
Of course, but at least the number of skeptics will reduce, is the point here.
It don't reduce, because the point is people will begin. You see, why it is even necessary to manage such information is the fact that we are already polarized along ethnic
and religious line.
You understand? So if they come to Southwest now to attack and they were able to succeed in taking certain people out, they say, it is because the president is from the Southwest. That's why he took action. If they attack in the Northeast or Northwest, they will come up with, they left those who are giving them problem in Southeast and Southwest, and they went after our people. Look at that language. The only reason why these people have not been able to say anything about this Sokoto operation is the fact that nobody could identify these people. And that means if your neighbor in the hood is not missing after an attack, that you have casualty, then you know that definitely it is not the residents of that area that were attacked, because you saw videos of some people. None of them said any of their community member was missing in that operation, which means it is people who have criminal intent that massed around that place, and they were isolated before they struck, the military struck with their missiles. So what else do you want other than such information?
Now, the statement by Hundeyin also seems to bring into make legitimate insinuation that this strike was definitely not a collaboration between the federal government and the U.S. The U.S. didn't tell the federal government before they struck. They just struck. And you know how the information came out. We only got to hear the information
through the handle.
Exactly, through the Truth Social handle, actually, of U.S. President Donald Trump.
Yeah.
And so far, it looks like the few information we've actually got from this strike has even come from the U.S. government. The federal government have not said anything other than play defense that, insisting that it was done in collaboration with the federal government. It was later, like 24 hours or 48 hours later, was when the Secretary of Defense, Peter Hegseth, was now trying to clean or change the narrative, sort of, that, the federal government knew, probably after the Aso Rock must have called the White House to say, please don't, supposedly, don't put us in trouble and don't make it look like we were redundant and all that. And because with this now, people are now even saying, well, why would the federal government give information of something they don't know about? Clearly, they don't know. They have no information whatsoever about this strike. Because if they do, it should have been a political campaign for the Tinubu government. So they don't know anything. So Benjamin Hundeyin clearly don't know anything about this strike. So why will he say anything? That's what they are saying with this statement.
You see, if the U.S. government had unilaterally taken such action,
which we know they do
now
several times
without due consultation and collaboration with the federal government, I think it is justifiable.
Of course it is. Of course it
justifiable.
is. Of course it is.
That is not to say that I am holding brief for the U.S. government or whatever.
We know it's wrong, but in this situation,
you know why? If I were to be a security advisor for the American government, I wouldn't even allow them to go and discuss with the federal government because two presidents had clearly said that Boko Haram terrorists are within Aso Rock. Yeah. And if somebody had been identified as sympathizer or sponsor, or financier of Boko Haram and is located within the highest seat of government, it won't be a reasonable thing for the U.S. government to carry them along. That was not the first time America would come without giving notice to the Nigerian government.
Yeah.
When an American was held hostage, they went after.
There was a clandestine operation.
Yeah, they went after those guys, and the only person that left that particular site on a bike was the one that escaped. Every other terrorist that were on guard to watch over that American was taken out. And they rescued this American. It was when they got to America that they announced that they came on an operation, rescue operation, and that, the word they used, they said, we kill those terrorists like chickens. So if they have come here again, and if they are coming tomorrow, they decide not to inform the government, so be it.
Which also shows the incompetence of the government. I mean,
it's not about. Let me tell you something. Let's not mix this thing up.
Because clearly the government have not been able to protect its people. That's why external forces can come in.
If you watch closely, and if you have interaction with top military hierarchy, if they trust you to that level, they will tell you that if the political will is there and the right order is given and followed up, these terrorists won't take Nigerian armed forces more than a month.
We are saying the same. We are saying the same thing here.
So it's not out of the weakness of the military.
Definitely not. Yeah, definitely not.
You understand?
Yeah, we know that.
So, but the question is, at play is politics.
Yes.
At play is ethnicity.
The military
At play is religion.
the military can only go as far as the government want it to go.
Yes. I met a military officer some years back when Boko Haram was at its peak. And I met him outside the country on a flight. And you know what he told me? He said, at that time, he said, if government decides to eliminate this Boko Haram thing, and they
not just Boko Haram, the terrorists, Boko Haram at that time.
At that time, Boko Haram, that it won't take them more than 2 weeks. The majority of those people that carry out these operations are youths that are directionless. And that when they capture them, they only see a loaf of bread and sardine. No cash, nothing.
I mean, loaf of bread and sardine, that's enjoyment.
But you know,
sardine,
and
sardine,
funny
that's
enough,
enjoyment.
Funny enough, at the point of radicalizing them, they didn't tell them the implication of what they are doing, other than telling them that their reward is abundant in the year after. You understand? And so, which clearly shows that those people on the field are not the beneficiaries of all this wahala.
Definitely.
So, the guy told me then that when they captured these miscreants, that was the word he used. He said they will be the one to beg them that they don't want to go through any stress, that they want to die. So now that is to tell you that the ones that have the gun truck, GPRS, general purpose machine gun and all that, were the leftover of the crisis in the Sahel, Tunisia and Algeria and the rest, who had been heavily armed and they don't have anywhere to deploy. So they came in as mercenaries to support what they believe is a jihad. And so these are the lethal ones that are being exterminated, and so be it. Anybody, a right-thinking Nigerian that knows that he's a true Nigerian, should not even dabble in protecting these people, because they are enemies of the state and they should be exterminated. That's why I quarrel with that position of saying you are negotiating by freeing 70 terrorists for a deal. Which deal? Have you ever seen a satisfied blackmailer? It can never happen.
They will always ask for more.
They will always ask for more, and they will keep coming. The only way is to exterminate them. And that's where I stand in this matter.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Fanimo. It was a pleasure talking to you. Thank you very much for your time.
It was my pleasure.
That was Daily Fanimo, an in-house analyst, a current affairs analyst, and years of experience as a reporter. Is that correct? Okay. It is time to open the phone lines. Okay.
I want to stay back and listen to comments.
Okay, no problem then. Okay, the phone lines are open. 0700-903-903-903. Again, 0700-903-903-903. And 0803-692-9933. Again, 0803-692-9933. You can also call or text us via WhatsApp, and our WhatsApp line is 081-717-56338. Again, 081-717-56338. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Matters. Tell us where you're calling from, please.
I am good. My name is Enes. I'm calling you from Bucknell.
Okay, go ahead, sir. Talk to us.
I want to appreciate the gentleman that came to the studio. I think he really analyzed a lot of things. One, he said I was not aware. It's wonderful. His analysis was very good,
Okay.
especially on the security. You don't expect people to tell you what they are doing. They want to achieve success. And there's one scenario he used, I was so happy. It marvels me, the hold-up issue. That sometimes police put hold-up on the road. He never knew that they are trying to track down an armed robber that just robbed Munshi, for example, which means that is very good. And I also want to commend him, but if Nigerian government can also be accountable at times, it will help us, the masses, for us to know what they are doing. I want to appreciate him for his analysis. It was very good. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. 0700-903-903-903 and 003-692-9933. Hello.
Hello, Mr. Solo.
Yes, sir. Welcome to VOP.
AB from Ekpe speaking.
Oh, AB, our resident APC man.
Well, I have the right to be that.
Of course you do. Of course you do. Of course you do.
All right.
Go ahead. Talk to us.
Okay, that's what I want to say. I did try to see assistance from the external powers as a weakness. I think it's not right. You know, in history.
No, it's. I mean, insurgency is not something you can fight alone. There's nothing wrong with seeking assistance from external
you shouldn't say
sources.
Nigeria is because Nigeria Army. You see, Nigeria Army is one of the best in the world. One of. I get him. So you say because they came that because they cannot. No, during World War One, this guy, America, France, and all of them, they came together. During World War II, the same thing. A lot of countries came together in order to unleash mayhem on Hitler. Even of recent, during Trump's first administration, you know, when he wanted to go into Syria, he did not go alone. He went with France and one other, UK. Even when they wanted to go into Iraq, England, America, and all of them, they went together. And even see when the Antichrist comes, on the day when the Antichrist comes, if you want to fight the world, he will not fight alone. According to the Bible, it's with like 10 regions like that. They will come together. So we are in a global community. Are you getting me? So for America to come assist Nigeria, it's a good thing. It doesn't mean that Nigeria is weak. We should not. These Nigerian armies, they are trying their best. Many of them are dying. They are trying a lot. I get to be, so you should not see it as weak. I get to be all the president is weak. In fact, the president have done a lot for allowing the America to fight this war, because in Jonathan administration they did not give America the hands to fight. But this one has given America. You can see the game. They have supplied weapons. Another thing I want to say.
It's okay. We have to give time for other people to talk.
2 seconds. 2 seconds, please. The other, you said the deal with America concerning Christian whatever. See, that money is logistic. It's not a bribe. There is a logistic something. The amount they want to pay for the logistics. It's not that they want to bribe America. You cannot bribe America. It's not possible. That money is logistic. Please,
you think so?
Right,
you think so?
Yes,
The term there was lobbying.
Lobbying doesn't mean bribe. It's the lobby is the amount they want to pay for the logistics.
No, Allah, thank you. Thank you.
Right.
Thank you. Keep the messages coming in. A WhatsApp line is 081-717-56338. That's a WhatsApp line. Keep the messages coming. 081-717-56338. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon, Solomon.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Matters. Tell us the name. Where are you calling from?
My name is Madam Peace. I'm calling from the Nigeria.
Okay, Madam Peace. Go ahead, sir.
What I want to say, that man said Jonathan did not give America a hand to come into Nigeria during his time. It depends on the person that was the president at that time. You know, Obama was dancing to the tune of Tinubu and his people. Sure. So no matter, he wouldn't have supported Jonathan. So it depends who is. It's not the same person. Everybody knows now that it's not Obama that is now. This one that is here is a different person. He has his own priorities. Obama did his own because we knew what happened. Jonathan refused to accept gay law he brought to Nigeria. So that is the thing. He worked against him. So people should not be blaming Jonathan a lot. It depends on who is backing you up. But
Okay.
God does a good thing. The person that comes in now, all the people that fight Jonathan, the man is also fighting them. So we thank God for everything. So
Okay.
that's my take.
Thank you. Okay, let's see if we can read some messages. Good afternoon, Mr. Solomon. This is from Chima Surulere. Mr. Delifanimo was accurate in his analysis. Nigerians have nothing to do with details of the airstrike. It is a pure matter of security details. Okay. Hello.
Hello, Solomon.
Yes,
Good
sir.
afternoon.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Matters. Tell us the name. Where are you calling from, please?
My name is Sani. I'm calling from Okota.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
Please, Jonathan. Solomon, I don't like the way you will be asking this man question. Why is it that we must know how did the Americans strike? This strike of 18, how many did they kill? Did they set the bomb to a particular? I don't like that kind of question. Americans cannot come to this nation and strike, and they will tell you how many people they kill. There's a reason why those guys came to Nigeria. If our president were doing the right thing, will America come? They will not come. But because our own people allowed them to kill us, and somebody will be telling us, we want to know the size, how the American, how they do this, if that question is not the question. We should know how we act. We should know what happened before American come. Please, let us stop asking all these unnecessary questions. It doesn't.
I'm the one asking unnecessary question now.
That is unnecessary question now. How can America tell you how many people they will kill?
Okay.
America will not do that.
Okay. America actually does that. If you do your research very well, you will know. That is why we're asking. They do. If you check the history of all American strike, they actually do that. Yes, they do.
Striking.
Yes, they do actually. Yes, they do.
After striking, they will tell you how many people they kill.
Yes, they do actually. Yes.
They do not. I'm a Nigerian. I know what's happening in the Western world. I know how they do it in the Western world. So America will not tell you that. I beg, maybe we know they ask this guy. I don't like it. I beg. Maybe we know what we ask. I don't like it. How can America tell us that this is how many people they kill in
it's called accountability. But thank you very much. It's okay.
This is war. This is war. This is war. People must die. When bandits strike, do you know how many people they kill in Nigeria? So when America now strike, we will now tell America will tell we kill 10 or we kill 20 or that is no question.
Okay,
please
thank you.
Asking all these kind of questions.
Okay,
thank you.
Thank you. Okay, 0700-903-903-903 and 0803-692-9933. Hello.
Hello, Solomon the Wise Man.
Yes, sir. Welcome to VOP. Tell us the name where you're calling from, please.
God bless you. I'm Macaulay calling from Apollo.
Okay, sir. Go ahead.
Solomon, the bad market is very hard to market. You know why? When a payment calls to be struggling to defend this government that is not doing anything. You can see the way he was wobbling with words in his mouth. And your analyst, he said it all. So these are the people who need to be sending people the right thing. I don't know his name, but I know it's Palama also.
Delifanimo, Mr. Delifanimo.
Yes, a good analyst. He's a very intelligent analyst.
Thank you.
And America will give data whatever he does. So it's time to be stable. You ask the right question. Forget that man that's telling that you know this and that and that. Yeah, journalists cannot teach you your work to be doing very well. God bless you.
Thank you. Okay, keep the messages coming in 081-717-56338. That's our WhatsApp line 081-717-56338. Keep the messages coming in. Hello.
Hello, afternoon.
Good afternoon. Welcome to VOP. Tell us the name. Where you're calling from, please.
Olu is calling from Igon.
Sorry?
Olu is calling from Igon.
Okay, Olu, go ahead, sir.
Yeah. I greet my brother there in the studio, Mr. Adele.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, my own contribution is that because this issue is beyond the way everybody sees it. It's a very delicate issue. Issue of this tribal issue and ethnic religious issue. You know, Tinubu is from South. Now, if they started killing them here and there, do not say they are killing their people. They don't see it as a threat to the nation. The Northerners is there. They are protecting all these people. How can, Mr. Daly, please, how can we go about these things? Or is this thing is going to cause our unity that everybody should go on their own way? That is my question, sir, and my contribution.
Mr. Fanimo, do you want to answer that? that's a very difficult one to answer.
No, it's not really too difficult.
Okay.
Sir, these are trying times. I can assure you they are exacerbated by our clear
political class,
political leanings, and our
tribal and religious
sentiments. But the point is, as Nigerians, we should consider the unity of this country at all times. This time shall pass.
True.
And I can assure you, this was what happened in 2014, 2015. We had moment of respite in 2019 because the incumbent was from the other side of the divide. And so there was a kind of respite and consensus. Now it is on the flip side. But I can assure you that the game changer in all of this is the coming of the American government to help and support us in fighting this. These people are common enemies, regardless of your Igbo, Yoruba, Hausa, or other sub-ethnic group. And the only thing we can do is to come out in one voice and condemn them, regardless of where they come from. That is the only way we can preserve ourselves, preserve our families and our society.
Okay.
They are common enemies and they should be regarded as such.
Okay. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to VOP. Tell us anywhere you're calling from, please.
My name is Obidna.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
Calling from Ejibo. I want to answer AB from Ekpe. He said during Jonathan time that he did not give them chance to come and help Nigeria. Is it not that time then they kidnapped the Chibok girls and the Americans said that we want to come and deliver them? Told Nigeria how to do it. And before then we come, all the hotel lorries have wear nose masks. Is it not that time? Somebody should not come and lie to Nigerians. There is nothing that happened to this country. One person will not remember. So Jonathan gives them hand to fight. And if they allow them to deliver the Chibok girls at that time, I think it cannot escalate like this. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Mr. Solomon. Please, just an observation. Can you speak more like a Nigerian? Must you sound like your slave master? It gets me irritated. Your slave master is not there in the studio with you. Why? Okay, yeah, some of these languages here are not suitable for radio. So, hello. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to VOP. Tell us where you're calling from, please.
Yeah. Hello.
I can hear you. Tell us your name. Where you're calling from?
This is Mr. Oladimeji calling from Ayobo.
Okay, go ahead, Mr. Oladimeji. Go ahead.
Yeah, my question is, I just want to ask the guest because he has said all that I wanted concerning the people that the government mentioned that they are the sponsors of all these terrorists, whatever. What are they doing concerning them? Are they bringing them down or not? Because this thing has gone a long while since is it not 2003 or so? Names have been mentioned and nothing in this country has been done about that. And we expect us to just be looking. And these people, they have children. And this country is like this. Let's see what we'll do about it.
Okay, thank you. Good afternoon, Solo. The man that said initial time that the U.S. are coming to collect our oil, that they don't do things for free, is today thanking U.S. for coming to help Nigerians. Ignorance is a sickness. Raf from Satellite Town. Okay. Good afternoon, Solo, the Solo, and the guests in the studio. Let us talk from now to tomorrow. APC government since 2015 till date knows how the bandits came to Nigeria, especially late Buhari regime. Buhari came to fulfill the agenda to Islamize Nigeria. Before Tinubu was given power, there was agreement between both of them. That is why Tinubu said that he will continue where Buhari stopped. This insecurity in the country cannot stop because the people in power are behind it. That is why they refused to stop, because the people, that's why they refused to mention the names of the sponsors of Boko Haram and bandit. APC and evil agenda against the Christians. That is what Trump and the rest of the world have come to rescue. Tinubu will come. Okay, how can incompetent president like Tinubu that make Trump to call us a disgraced nation and a country of particular concern? What a shame. Mayor from Ikotun Egbe. Thank you very much, Mayor. Good afternoon, VOP. Austin from Igondo. Must AB from Ekwe keep calling different radio stations daily to defend his APC government that's make life miserable for Nigerians? It's too annoying that when things are not working because of money being paid to someone to spread misinformation and propaganda, you forget that when bomb finally blows, everyone will feel the impact. I still don't believe our government was aware of Trump's bombing until they saw it on social media. Okay. Hello.
Mr. Solo.
Yes, so welcome to VOP.
My name is Raf. I'm calling from Satellite Town.
Okay, Raf, go ahead.
I remember when this news of USA coming to Nigeria, somebody like Mr. AP precisely called this radio station and said that the Trumps are coming to connect oil from Nigeria, they wouldn't allow them. Even when someone like P2B condemned, do as if he's supporting the US coming, the same supporters of this government, we are calling him names. That's because he didn't win the election. They want Nigeria to be scattered. Today, those APC supporters are now telling you that they love what USA are doing. Who do all these things for this country that we see the truth we can't talk because of little things we are getting or getting not itself? Coming of US to Nigeria is a very welcome idea. My own is that if this country, if the president of this country want to fight corruption for over how many years, how can they never persecute anybody? Don't these people have a sponsors? These people, we can still clearly, we see in the video clearly where someone uses tanker to donate fuel for them. Sometimes they require for machines, somebody supplies the machine. These machines are owned by a particular company, for instance, Suzuki or Honda, whatever, so to mention names. It's not someone that supplies these hundreds of machines that I can't track them. That someone made payment through the bank, you can't track them. The truth remains that the president of today and most of the politicians knows everything about politicians, whether he said or not. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you. Keep the messages coming in. Our WhatsApp line is 081-717-56338. Hello. 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 Sorry, you got to have to call us back.
Hello?
We can't. Okay. Hello. Welcome to VOP.
All of it.
Hey, Odomekpe Yudian.
Boy.
Tell us the name where you're calling from, please. Maybe we know sell people where they listen to us. Mpuwayo. Hello? We can't hear me. Sorry, keep calling. Good afternoon, King Solomon. When you take something that does not belong to you, how can you manage that thing very well like the owner? Tinubu is not the president of Nigeria. He and his Atlas rulers know that Peter Obi is the rightful owner of the Okay, they should not worry. We are going to bring our own party very soon. Okay. This is not what we're talking about today, but it's fine. Progress from Isolo. Thank you very much, Progress. Hello, can you move away from your radio TV set, please?
Hello, Mr. Solomon.
Welcome to VOP. Tell us the name where
Yeah,
you're
good
calling
afternoon.
from. Good afternoon. Your name?
My name is Sunday. I'm calling from Oshi.
Okay, Sunday, go ahead. Talk to us.
Yeah, you see, concerning on what you are discussing.
Okay.
Yes, you see, no matter how you see it, I agree with the young man who is organizing things in Australia, who said the best way to do well in terms of security is to have a intelligent way of doing things and not exposing things. Because you don't know the enemy, just like what Abacha said some time ago, that every insurgency that lasts 24 hours at the hand of the government is there. So which means, even Jonathan said it, that after discussing on how to deal with so-called Boko Haram, somebody in the house will tell them what they have discussed in the house. So with such thing, anyone who wants to do better must work secretly to get things done perfectly. Thank you.
Thank you. In total agreement with the analyst, if government of the day can be courageous or bold, as they say, to remove fuel subsidy, people like Shegumi should not be walking a free man today in this country. This is a man who said, among others, that the military should not provoke Boko Haram. Finally, let the northern leaders call their children back from the forest. These are children they refuse to train at tender age. They've grown up now and will not allow their parents to rest. Late Chief Obafemi Awolowo introduced free education in the then western region. What were the northern leaders doing then? They were building mosques instead of schools. They turned the children of the poor to almajiris. They have brought us to where we are today. We need President Trump to clear up this mess because the government is incapacitated. Ola from Egbeda. Thank you very much, Ola. Keep the messages coming in. Keep the messages coming in. 081 rather 717 56338. That's our WhatsApp line. 081 717 56338. What is happening in Nigeria is war, a Fulani jihad. It is not insecurity, please. This is war, more dangerous than the Nigerian Biafra war. It is a Fulani war against Nigeria. Okay, let's not sensationalize this, but Tinubu does not want to fight these people simply because he's afraid of the Fulanis. Please let Atiku Abubakar first clear his name from the list of 400 terrorist sponsors before coming to campaign for president of Nigeria. Real to Frank Oba from Ejigbo. Please, this is dangerous. Let's not paint. Let's not paint all of them with the same paint, okay? We have Fulani, how do we put it now? Fulani headsmen. Let's not think all Fulanis are bad people, okay? This is not a war between Fulani and Nigerians. There are some good Fulani people. This is the tribal and religious sentiments that we're talking about here. We meet few bad Yoruba peoples and we begin to say all Yorubas are bad. We meet a few bad Igbo people and we begin to say all Igbo people are bad. This is what we're talking about here. I think the few bad Fulani people, the Fulani headsmen, they're beginning to some Nigerians are beginning to paint all Fulanis as bad people.
You see, the conventional Fulani headsmen are there forever.
Yeah.
In the forest, and they present no harm to communities around them. But usually what happens is, if there is any clash between a Fulani man and a herder, and a farmer, because don't forget, they have information network.
They do.
The moment they report back to base that this is what is going on, there's a militant arm that are just like standby soldiers that they deploy to assist the itinerary headsman who attacks and retreat immediately. So people tend to say the itinerary everyday herdsman is the cause of this trouble. I am not holding bid for them, but I've seen the way they operate. So most of the time, those who attack are not behind cows.
And besides, if anything, I think it's been established that a lot of these people are not even Nigerians.
And some of them are not Nigerians.
Yeah, but I mean, if the rumor is anything to go by, I mean, at this point, it's no longer rumor, because even some political elite, some classes have said it. Some politicians brought these people,
of course,
from outside the country to fight the government of that time.
Yes. Do you know that among these motorcycle riders, popularly called Okada, you know that if you engage some of them, they neither speak English, Hausa, or even full day,
which is a Fulani,
which is to show that they are purely not Nigerians.
We keep hearing that some of them are from Niger, some of them are from Chad,
even Mali, and the rest of them. So,
but because I think they all have that look, so
yes,
they've all been classified as.
So
Fulani.
for me, it shouldn't be a case of Fulani versus the rest of Nigeria. I don't think so. I don't think so. Those who wrought this problem on us
are the politicians. The political elite.
Yes, and that's why I will support that man that said those 400 names should be made public.
Which is something we've been talking about for a very long time.
Because at the end of the day, if they are made public, you now know those who you think are reasonable politicians that may have, one way or the other, supported, armed, financed these terrorists.
Okay. Hello. Oh, we lost connection with that. Let's read more messages. Unfortunately, the government of APC has allowed these killers to take over the country, and somebody has been condemned to death for defending his communities against these terrorists. Truly, there was a country. God bless and defend the country. God please rise to defend Nigerians. Ezinwa from Ejigbo. Thank you very much, Ezinwa. Good day, VOP. I'm Audu from Cement. The fear of Donald Trump is making the government sit up. The Minister of Defense, Chris Musa, has sounded a note of warning to Islamic cleric Sheikh Ahmad Gumi and other people who are in support of bandits and terrorists to desist from. I mean, we don't need sound of note of warning. He made a statement in Maiduguri today as he stated that a friend of a thief is also a thief. That according to Daily Independent. Okay, thank you very much, Audu from Cement. We are still sounding note of warning at this stage. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to VOP. Tell us where you're calling from, please.
My name is Tony. First time caller.
Oh, welcome to the VOP family. The bell is far away from me. Welcome to VOP. Where are you calling from, please?
I'm calling you from Ikeja.
Okay, Ikeja. Go ahead. Talk to us, Tony.
Yes, I want to contribute. You are the moderator of this program. At times, I would like you to put some people thoughts straight. Do some kind of moderating. Correct them when you know that they are shying away or saying what is not factual. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. I'm not teaching you your job anyway. I'm only trying to make a point.
Okay.
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you.
A man called. I suppose apologist of APC. Yeah, that's the way I put it, because I've been hearing his voices in other stations. He said Tinubu allowed America to launch attack on terrorists, but during Jonathan's time, Jonathan didn't allow them. Yeah, we are all in this country when the Americans came to assist in recovery of the Chibok girls and other kidnapped children. We are aware, we know how it was fought against the effort of the Americans. Logistics were being revealed to the insurgents. At times, locations, first of all, they will inform them. So, if that man doesn't know what he's saying, I don't think he should call into public radio and start misinforming people. It is not right. You are free to support whoever you want to support. It doesn't mean you should put up wrong information. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
Good. Thank you.
Yes. And hello, please hold it. I guess that we are shying away from calling a spade a spade. We know that the government of Nigeria does not want to fight insurgency. It is very straightforward. Because if they want, they won't be drawing leg. Our government does not want to fight. It's like they have agreement. They are in accord with the terrorists. That is my personal view.
Okay.
Because
so
yes, that's my personal
we
view.
have to go. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah, bye.
Northern people don't want Nigeria to be at peace. Why can't they bring out the names of their brothers and sisters sponsoring terrorism in Nigeria? If they refuse, let them, everyone go their separate ways. Mr. Ndubisi from Ejigbo. Okay. My name is Wilson Edward from Satellite Town. We have Yoruba Fulanis in Kwara State and Hausa Fulani and Bororo Fulani from the Sahel causing trouble here. But when Fulani has problems with everyone, they see others the same. Thanks. Okay. Good afternoon, Solomon. Please answer this question. Can a thief point hand to another thief and say he's a thief? Why Nigerian cannot and will never fight bandit and Boko Haram is because if you trace it, you'll find out that they are members of the APC. So they are members of APC. So until this government is wiped away, we cannot get it right. Ralph Collins from Ejigbo. Okay. Good day, King Solomon. The names of terrorist sponsors will never be mentioned because the persons that wants to mention their names is also part of the sponsors, one way or the other. Okay. King Solomon, what is going on in Nigeria today concerning terrorists is a reward to Nigerians for voting incapable people into Aso Rock, and that's the reward that comes from indecision of overhyped personality. Canis from Ago. Okay, it's time for us to go. Now, at the end of the day, I think this is about ideology. It's about what you believe. Now, every topic for discussion, every discipline has its different sides of view, different opinion, and different ideology. Now, as far as security is concerned, there is the ideology that thinks you reveal your information, especially after a particular operation is done. Not when you're planning the operation. I mean, that would be stupid for you to reveal your strategy. But after the operation is done, you should give account of the operations you've done. If not for anything, I think for accountability's sake, and to be sure the operation you did was successful. And of course, the other side of the divide, just like Mr. Fanimo have said, that I mean, what will you do with that information after you've done the operation? So at the end of the day, it's about what side of the ideology, what side of the divide you're from, what's your ideology as far as the information and security is concerned. And we have to look at both sides of the ideology. So don't criminalize people's ideology, especially when it doesn't hurt or harm anyone. So at the end of the day, we make all the ideology. At the end of the day, rather, it's to make Nigeria a good place. It's for it to make Nigeria great. It's for us to have a good and prosperous Nigeria. It's not from malice. We're all Nigerians at the end of the day. And travel to US, travel to America, live all your life in China. We're all Nigerians, and we will remain Nigerians by blood. I'll be right back tomorrow at 1:30. The program is Matters on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. You can follow me on IG at Solofem1, as in SOLOFEM figure 1, or on Twitter or X at Solofem. I remain yours sincerely, Solomon of FM, signing out. And don't forget to follow VOP on all her social media handles at VOP903FM and subscribe to our YouTube channel at VOP903FM. I am signing out.